So this morning I was talking with Paul and everything was good, and then I came back to his office about an hour later, and all of a sudden it was like he gave me the cold shoulder, like he didn't want to talk with me, he had things he was busy with, and I've tried to interact with him throughout the day, but he keeps giving me the cold shoulder. I mean, clearly he thinks I did something wrong, but I don't know exactly what I did.
Who? Chris? Oh no, he knows what he did.
What exactly did he do?
He came into my office, we had some things to talk about, and we sat here and we talked for a few moments, and then he asked to borrow my stapler. And of course I said, sure, go ahead and borrow it. But when he came back later, he didn't bring the stapler back. And you know what's gonna happen, don't you? He's never gonna bring that stapler back.
You know, at first I thought like maybe he's upset with me because I make fun of Hallmark Channel movies in my sermons. I mean, let's be clear, Paul loves Hallmark Channel movies. Like sometimes during lunch, he'll have his earbuds in and he'll be watching a Hallmark Channel movie, and then he'll get all choked up and he'll grab for his box of tissues and he'll just be sobbing and sobbing. And usually, man, I have to close his door because it just gets so embarrassing. So maybe he's mad about that. I don't know. I just wish that he would tell me what he's actually upset about.
So are you going to tell Chris why you're upset with him?
No, I'm not gonna tell him why I'm upset with him. You know, that stapler has been with me for the last 30 years. That stapler has gone with me to every church I've ever served. Do you know how many important papers I stapled with that stapler? And Chris just thinks he can come and borrow it like any old stapler? No, I'm not gonna tell him until he returns it.
And then I thought like maybe he's mad because I wear too much plaid. I mean, which is true. Like if you go back in my sermons, I'm always wearing plaid, but he's never really talked to me about that before. So I thought maybe that's not it. I don't know. I'm confused. Like I wish that Paul would just tell me what he's so upset with me about, you know? Like just tell me what it is, man. Season 1 of The Church Office premieres tonight at 8 p.m. on the Hallmark Channel. Check your local listings. Now, friends, in light of that video this morning, let me ask you this. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where somebody was mad at you, but you weren't quite sure exactly why they were mad at you? Like, in your eyes, things were good, the relationship was strong, and then all of a sudden it was like the person just flipped a switch and they ghosted you, or they stopped talking with you, or they gave you the cold shoulder. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where somebody was mad at you and you weren't quite sure exactly why they were mad at you? Or how about this variation? Let's say that you do know why they're mad at you, but the response that they gave was not really proportionate to what you did. For example, let's say you said something, or you did something, or you forgot something that wasn't really a big deal, but to the other person, for some reason, all of a sudden it was like a really huge deal, and now they won't talk to you at all, and you're just sitting there scratching your head thinking, hold on a second, what in the world? Like, how did something this small all of a sudden become so big? I just don't understand. You see, we're in the midst of our message series that we're calling Standstill, Moving Your Relationships Toward Reconciliation. And the idea is that God's desire for us is not to keep our broken relationships at a standstill, but rather to move them toward reconciliation. But friends, here's the question for you this morning. What happens when you find yourself in a situation where it feels like there's nothing you can do to move that relationship toward reconciliation?